Well, let's get to you, obviously, and I don't know how much you can talk about the situation you got going on right now, but I know you can talk a little bit about it just because you put a press release out. Yeah. But you got some stuff going on with Goossen. What exactly is the? Because I know, on the outside looking in, some fans might just think, oh, he's just trying to get out of his contract. But I know it's more to it, and I don't know if the story has really been told yet. So can you kind of touch on some of the things that?
Yeah, I think, and as a disclaimer, like, I don't really have anything personal against Goossen. This isn't a personal fight or a personal vendetta or anything like that. I don't wish anybody any harm or any bad. But at the same time, I'm gonna stand for what's right. And there's a lot of things. There's multiple things that are big issues in this dispute that we have. Legal issues, moral issues, things that are just not right. But the root of the issue, and I think it's something that people overlook, is Dan Goossen has never been my sole promoter in the history of my career. It was Goossen Tutor and Square Ring. Antonio Leonard, who's a friend of mine, who's also my co-promoter. He bought Square Ring out when my first contract ran out, and I re-upped with Goossen and Antonio. They both put up half the signing bonus. And for some reason, all of a sudden, Dan wants to walk away and not pay this guy. And I can't, in good conscience, walk away with this man's money like that. I can't do it. I still talk to this man. I see this man. And for example, with the Rodriguez fight, like he didn't pay this man. So now they have a lawsuit in federal and state court going on. So once we started dealing with that, we started pulling back the layers, and we started seeing a whole bunch of other things that weren't right legally, and statutes and things that were broken, and laws that weren't upheld. But that's the root of the issue, is that there's a man who is being done wrong, and I'm in the middle of it, and I'm not okay with that. And I've expressed that behind closed doors. And the other point that I want to make is there's a narrative out there, a story that I'm holding out, and I don't want to fight. My fans got to understand, I want to be in the ring more than anybody could want me to be in the ring. Like, being here tonight, you don't understand how I feel not being able to be in that ring and know that I got something on the books. But it's not my fault. I fought in November. I've been ready to fight physically since December. My lawsuit, I think, was filed in December, and shortly after that, my side sent an email to Dan saying, hey, man, are you ready to play ball? We want to continue to do business. He agreed, and he's been unable to reduce a fight. Not one offer has been made, not one, to fight since December. So I just want to clear that up. The stories out there that are out there about me holding out or me turning down fights, it's not true. It's just simply not true.
So, and again, like I said, I don't know how much you can talk about it, but just based off of what you just said now, and the press release that you sent out, I think it was last week or something like that, even though you're going through the lawsuit, you're still willing to work with him, and basically because you still have a contract with him.
Exactly.
So you're willing to honor the contract in order to not just get yourself in the ring, but to appease him and make him money too.
Yep.
So, I mean, is he honoring that contract? Is he trying to get you fights?
Yeah, there hasn't been a fight offered since December. Like I said, not one. There was an attempt to dig up Kessler in the beginning for a fight in Denmark.
Right.
My manager said, make us an offer. Dan came back and said, the offer's not satisfactory. I can't offer you this. He said, I'm going to pursue the fight in America. I said, okay, make us an offer. We're waiting. We want to fight. Let us know. I guess he felt like the network didn't offer what he thought was, the fight was worth. So he killed it. He said, it's not enough money. I can't do it. I'm going to look elsewhere. And emails have gone back and forth. We're waiting. Make us an offer. Nothing. Not one time. A couple months ago, 4 names were brought up. Sakio Bika, Anthony Durrell, James DeGaulle, and the Russian, I can't pronounce his name, the WBA champion, the WBA interim champion.
Yeah, that's a crazy. I can't pronounce his
name.
name.
And none of those fights are step forward. All those fights are steps backwards.
Let me go get that. I'll holler at you when I got it.
But we still said make us an offer. Not one offer has been made for either one of those fights. So we've done all we can do. You know, we're gonna continue to do it. My manager, my lawyers, they're reaching out. They're saying, man, we're ready, we're willing, and I don't know how many different ways we can say it or how many different times we got to say it. I'm in shape. I've been working out. I've been staying fit, and I just want the fans to know that everything you read isn't true. Perception is not reality, and it's tough to write an article or have a polarizing opinion about a subject if you don't have the intimate details of the situation. You can't have an off-the-record conversation and then write an article about it. You can't have one side of the story and write an article about it. You got to kind of have at least most of what's going on to be able to accurately write something. So I just want the fans to know that everything you read isn't true. Some of the things you read is true. It's true, but a lot of stuff you read is not true right now. And I just want to take the time to clear this up.
So realistic, I mean, obviously, you don't know how things are going to turn out with all the legal procedures you have to go through, but is there a possibility you may not fight this year?
I hope not. Yeah.
That's deep.
But you know what? It's like I keep saying, I'm not the first fighter to go through this, and I won't be the last. When I came up as a kid, I really, and I still do. I study the sport from the outside. When Floyd felt like there was a market for the African American fighter, he was told that there wasn't. He was able to get out of his contract, and Floyd's doing all right now. He had a vision for his career, right? But they've been calling Bernard Hopkins crazy. They've been saying Bernard has been crazy for the last 20 years because of the decisions that he wanted to make. Right. Bernard's doing all right now, right? They called Roy crazy when he wanted to start Square Ring Promotions. Said it'll never work. Roy had a great run. Roy had a phenomenal career, made a lot of money, did well for himself. So what I'm saying that to say is this: every time a fighter wants to stand up, every time a fighter has a vision about what their career should look like, we're the guys in there. Some fighters don't care, and that's fine, but then there's fighters that do care about the business side. And every time a fighter wants to stand up, he's not being stubborn, he's not ruining his career. There's certain stance that you got to make sure that your business is handled. It's as simple as that. And I got a lot of encouragement from Bernard tonight, who just basically, just told me, hey man, it's not gonna last forever. Stay fit, stay ready. We'll get through this just like I got through it. And I appreciate that. Like, that's something tangible that I can hold on to that gives me some hope.
I'm not gonna hold you up, man. I know you've been here for a while. You've done a ton of interviews already. I appreciate you sticking around for FightHype.com. I already saw you downstairs at the exclusive.
Always
post-fight.
Stick around for FightHype. Anytime, any day. You know that.
I know, man. I appreciate that, man. Definitely. Is there anything else? I mean, I know you already told the fans, but you just want to give them some closing thoughts.
Yeah, just hang in there with me. Just hang in there with me. Tough times don't last always. This is part of this business. It's unfortunate, but it's part of it. But at the end of the day, what I'm fighting for is the right thing to fight for. And a lot of times there's no progress without sacrifice. And right now I'm sacrificing. But when it's over with, things are going to be the way they're supposed to be. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And, man, I'm going to be ready. I'm going to put on a show the next time you guys see me in a boxing ring.